Alright, what's going on guys? FlyingDBZ here and I'm back for another Pokemon Masters video, and day 2 of the ranking event is here. I thought I'd give my personal opinions and thoughts on the ranking event. Considering I've already spent about 2,000 stamina or a little bit more. So I think I'm in the right position to give my thoughts on the event, since I have put in a good amount of time in the event. Anyways, I'm going to start off with talking about what I really liked about the event, and then I'm going to be talking about what I don't like about the event and how they could possibly fix it and make it more balanced for future ranking events. Because, of course, this is going to be something that's probably going to be staying in Pokemon Masters, which I really like. I really like the competitive aspect and the points, the battling, the competitive nature of this event. It's a lot of fun, and it's definitely something that Pokemon Masters did need. And like with what we have, like if they're not working on more co-op stuff, then having this ranking event is going to be what Pokemon Masters needs. Even though co-op, it like kind of did get a little bit stale, because they weren't really trying to make it a little bit better. Like what you get, like what we got from the beginning of the co-op, like when Pokemon Masters came out, they didn't really add to it. All they did was add more events with co-op, and then that was about it. But the ranking event is definitely a lot of fun. It really is. Like going up against other players, trying to get as much points as you can. It's a lot of fun. The battling, trying to get as much points per battle or every battle is a lot of fun. Because you got to try to get the highest damage. You got to try to not get hit as much. Like it does come to a lot of strategy, and then trying to do a lot of damage and trying to beat it as fast as you can as well. It does take a lot of strategy, and then once you get the strategy down pat, then it just all comes down to, like, if you mess up. Because then if you mess up, then your time is going to be a little bit longer, so then the points are going to be not as high as your previous run and stuff like that, so it's a lot of fun. And then when you have a good run, then you get more points, and then you place higher in the ranking. So the rankings are a lot of fun, like I said, it's definitely something Pokemon Masters did need. And I've been giving them feedback, telling them, it's like, hey, we should have some kind of ranking event or a leaderboard system for Pokemon Masters, because it would add more of a competitive aspect, and players would actually really like it and have a lot of fun. But the way they executed it with the point system kind of did sucks, because if you're free to play, there's no way you're gonna have Zacian at 5 out of 5, and it took me 400 skill points just to get Zacian 2 out of 5. I didn't record my other summons just because I woke up and I wanted to grind up on the leaderboard. So I just bought more gems and then just got Zacian to 2 out of 4. 2 out of 5, I mean. And yeah, this was the biggest shaft I ever got on a banner. It was insane. I had Zacian 1 out of 5 until 400 skill points. So I got super unlucky. I was contemplating on summoning a little bit more to at least get one more copy for 3 out of 5, but yeah, no. I've already spent enough money, so I'm not going to bother trying to get Zacian a 5 out of 5 or 3 out of 5. But yeah, like that's the thing. Like if I got unlucky like that and it took me a couple of summons, there's going to be free-to-play players that literally don't even have Zacian because they got unlucky. But there also are free-to-play players that spent 12,000 gems and they probably got Zacian 3 out of 5, so it all comes down to luck, and clearly I was one of the unlucky ones to get only 2 out of 5 for Zacian, considering how much I've spent on on the banners. So with the event, now we're gonna get into what I don't like. What I did like was the points, the battling, the competitive nature, the leaderboard, how you progress with the points and everything. I like that a lot. But what I don't like is the point system and the boost. You need Zacian in order to get a very high ranking. Because if you have Zacian, like even if you just have Zacian, you're already going to get a base multiplier of ×2. And then with the other sync pairs that you can bring into the event, you're going to get a decent multiplier. So that's the thing. If you don't have Zacian, then you're kind of screwed. I mean, even if you're free to play and you don't have Zacian, you can still get a good amount of points, but you just don't expect to get the best placement. That's basically how it's gonna be. Like when we first saw the event, it was totally fine. Everybody was excited. We were all hyped about the event. But then when we saw that Zacian was when you have it maxed out and you get the ×4 multiplier, then the second highest that you can get is like a ×2. multiplier, like that was insane. Like that was too high of a gap. So like obviously whales are gonna benefit from this, and clearly, because day 2 right now, people are almost sitting at 2 million points, and I could have been at 600,000 points, but for day 1 there was like some stamina refreshes that I didn't do, and I didn't have Zacian at 2 out of 5 on day 1 either, so I could have easily been over for 600,000 points, but like that just shows the gap between like the major whales that have everybody 5 out of 5 with someone that only has Zacian at 2 out of 5 and Jasmine at 1 out of 5, and then a free-to-play, technically almost a free-to-play Pokemon at 5 out of 5, which is AG Slash, which I'm using. So it, like, you can see the gap difference between everybody, and I've even been using stamina refreshes too, and I'm not even at 1 million points yet either. So granted, I could have been a lot closer to 1 million if I did more refreshes yesterday. But I was missing out on 4 stamina refreshes, so like that was another thing too. And of course, I didn't have Zacian at 2 out of 5, so I was missing out on quite a bit of points on day 1 too. So, but yeah, like the point system definitely needs to get fixed. And one way to sort of fix that little gap is to not have stamina in the ranking events. And basically, like what I mean by that is, like, of course, like we can still have the point system, like the boost feature and everything. Like if, for example, N, like when they release N, we get another ranking event, and then N, his point boost is ×4 as well when you have him 5 out of 5. But if we don't have stamina, that will benefit the free-to-play players and the people that did not whale out. Yes, it's going to take you longer to get the points. It's going to take more time and effort to grind for those points because you don't have the boosted characters, but at least you have a chance to get a high ranking if you put in the time and effort. And then if you don't have enough time to grind up, then what you could do is spend a little money and get the boosted sync pair, and then play with what you can, and then get the points that you need. That's the way to kind of balance it out. Like if you look at like other gacha games, they kind of do that. I mean, if you play Dokkan Battle, the World Tournament, it's like the ranking event, just like Pokemon Masters, basically. You go up against AIs, and then you get you just farm up a bunch of points, and then like, yeah, it is sort of whale heavy as well. But free-to-play players can also do it. You can still get a bunch of points, but the point is, like, if you don't have stamina and you're going up against players that have boosted characters, and there's no stamina, at least that gives people a chance. And that's what they should do for the next ranking event, is disable stamina for the ranking event, and just make it balanced that way. Because players that don't have enough time, of course, they're going to spend money, get the boosted characters, and get all the points that they can in a short amount of time. And then if you have time, and if you don't have the boosted characters, at least that will give you a chance to catch up to players that have boosted characters. And I think that's a great way to balance out the point difference. And of course, like, there's gonna be people that will spend money on the game regardless, even if there's stamina or no stamina. But yeah, that's just how I feel. Let me know what you guys think of that sort of balancing system that I thought of. I think having no stamina for the ranking event would be much better, and it would just balance out a whole bunch. Now, of course, the points at the end of the season for the ranking event would be extremely high, but I mean, at least, like I said, it will give people a chance, because if you have time, you'll put in the effort and grind up the points that you need to be in the placement that you're looking for. But that's sort of like my only complaint with the event. Just the gap. Like, you could clearly see the gap difference. Because on day 2 right now, like, the #1 player literally has, like, at the time of me, like, finishing up the ranking event, he was sitting at 1.7 million points. So you can see the gap between the whales and the people that don't whale out in the game. So it's definitely a big gap. And of course, like, if you don't have the boosted characters, but you've been grinding, and let's say there wasn't any stamina, you could easily be at 1.7 million points as well. It will just take a lot of time and grinding. So, like, that's why. That's how I feel. And like I said, let me know what you guys think of that. Maybe they could add in some kind of maybe they could add that in for the next ranking event. But still, like, if you don't like the system, definitely let them know. Send them feedback. And like if you do like the ranking event, you can tell them we like the ranking event, but we just don't like the boosted character gap difference, because it really is a big difference. Like even if there is no gap, like if there's no point boost or anything, whales are still going to be whales. They're going to try to get the same pair at 3 out of 5 or 5 out of 5 regardless, because that will still put them at an advantage, because you'll be able to do much more damage and beat the event a lot faster because of the damage that you're able to do. So that's the thing, like they're not going to be losing out on a lot of money. So like even if they were to take out stamina for the ranking event, or take out the boosted feature, or nerf the boost, then they're like it will still be fine. But the only problem with this event is the unfairness between free-to-play players and whales. Like even if you're free-to-play, you could still easily get 350,000 points, because it lasts for a week. Like even if you get like 60,000 points a day or 90,000 points a day, I'm pretty sure you could still get 350,000 points by the end of the season, or by the end of the week. So it's not a problem. But I don't know, that's just how I feel on the event. Like I really like it. And my only problem with it is of course like the boosted feature. Like I'm like right now for day 2, I was sitting at rank 777 when I was done my grind. So it's not bad. I'm hoping to stay in the top 6,000, but we'll see. But yeah, like I said, that's the only problem I have, the boosted feature, because it is a big gap. And if they were to like sort of get rid of the boosted feature, or nerf it to where at most you can get ×2, then it's going to be a little bit more doable. But with ×4, when you have the max out, it's just such an unfair advantage. But regardless, I enjoy the event. Make the most of this event. Have fun with it, because you are going to get a lot of stamina in a short amount of time too, which is great. And still, even if you're free to play, you can still get 2 refreshes a day. Because like with the 80 gems that you get from the daily missions, you get 80, and that basically gives you 2 refreshes. So you should be at like 400 stamina every day anyways. So like you'll have enough to get a good amount of points anyways. But let me know what you think of the event. Even though it's day 2, I'm pretty sure a lot of us have put in a good amount of time anyways on the game or on the ranking event. But yeah, like honestly, I'm enjoying it. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying it too, because it's definitely something that Pokemon Masters needed. They didn't need to make the boost feature the way they did. But I mean, obviously we can send them feedback, and then they'll change it up if they get enough feedback, letting them know that we don't like how the boosted feature is. But yeah, during this video, like I made it to rank 1134. But obviously I continued grinding after I was done recording this, so I got to rank 777. But yeah, like getting that extra 1,000 points per battle now with Zacian at 2 out of 5 definitely does make a big difference. But yeah, I'm having fun with this event. Let me know what you guys think. Even though it's day 2, like I said, obviously we all put in a good amount of time into the event to get the feel of it and how we actually like it. Of course, maybe our minds might change by the end of the week when the event is done. But right now, as it stands, I'm loving it. I'm having a lot of fun. But yeah, anyways, that's gonna be it for the video. Like I said, let me know what you guys think of the event, and I will see you guys later.